Hi and welcome to Planet Coaster. This is my early efforts part 3. My park started off with a modern Art Deco style theme for the main entrance, which leads round to a roller coaster and several small rides and shops. As you enter my park and walk straight forward down the main street, there are several large buildings which are hollow inside and are waiting to be used later on when there are more updates, which in style I was trying to come up with something that was 1950s or 60s Art Deco feeling. I decided at this point in the park that we needed a ride, but the ride could not be on the ground due to the scale of buildings, so therefore it had to be raised up and therefore put on top of a building that would give the ride a little bit more of a fear factor. Following on from that, there is a milkshake parlour and just several hollow buildings which leads down to a toilet and an archway leading to the next area. From the main entrance, if we take a right and go along the side, there are several small buildings which are shops and a ride. Follow that round to several more buildings which are shops and two more rides. One of them is a roller coaster which is still being developed. The second area in the park I wanted was a Spanish slash Mexican styled area to use up the Spanish tiled roofs and the sandstone coloured buildings. This area is still under construction but is mainly finished. It is capped off with a church which is surrounded by several smaller buildings and several rides. The area has winding paths and a small bit of foliage. If we take the second exit and along the back of the park, we will pass a small square of buildings with a ride in the centre, which is the outskirts of my medieval area before we come to the outer wall and pass underneath into a winding path which leads past several buildings. You can walk along the top of the outer wall, follow the winding path round to the main castle, which is the entrance to a roller coaster. This area has several smaller rides and leads through the main entrance to the pirate enclosed area. The pirate area is still being constructed. There are several Spanish style buildings, a ride that does not really fit, a roller coaster which comes through a building, through fiery rocks, and through a fist of rocks to re enter its own castle. If we follow the path underneath the bridge and past a colonial style Spanish house with the shops in, and we come underneath an archway, we are back at the main entrance, or we can turn to go up to the second part of the pirate area, which will lead you to the boat and to the main roller coaster entrance. This area only has one entrance and exit, and therefore creates a loop around the park.